Welcome to the Technical Writing Success Podcast from Curt Robbins, where we help you get smarter than your competition. Hire Curt to coach you or your employees in AI to avoid a pink slip or having your competition eat your lunch.
Yeah, that is just so incredibly important right now.
It really is. And before we get started, did you know that Curt Robbins also produces a video series on YouTube? It's called AI for Career Success and features hundreds of short videos about artificial intelligence and workflow efficiency. My favorite is the episode that reviews the 5.5-hour Lex Fridman interview with Anthropic CEO Dario Amodei in only 7 minutes. It's for busy professionals like us.
Oh, I love that series. It's such a massive time saver.
Definitely. So today we're reviewing an informative and timely article by Guiseppe Getto, a professor in Bibb County, Georgia.
Right. And it's called Interpreting the Market Impacts of AI, How Technical Communicators Can Advocate for Human-Centered Work.
Okay, let's unpack this because, if you look at the news, we are just constantly bombarded by these two totally extreme narratives about AI.
Oh, absolutely. The whiplash is, well, it's exhausting.
Right. Like on Monday, you read that it's this unstoppable force coming to, take all our jobs.
Yeah, total panic mode.
And then on Tuesday, someone else is telling you it's just an innocent new tool. Like, it won't disrupt much at all.
Right, just a fancy autocomplete for your emails.
Exactly. So our mission today is to cut through all that noise using real-world data and explore how a specific group of professionals, technical communicators, might actually be the unsung heroes in managing this massive workplace shift.
Yeah, because we really have to move from the hype to the actual data. And the article grounds this entire argument in a recent research report from Anthropic.
Ah, the Anthropic report?
Yeah. They introduced this really critical concept called observed exposure.
Observed exposure.
Exactly. So instead of just looking at what an AI could theoretically do, which is capability, they looked at whether a task is actually being carried out with AI in practice.
Oh, I see, like tracking real adoption and use.
Yes. Because theoretically, an AI could write a massive legal brief in 10 seconds, but is anyone actually letting it do that?
So it's like owning a sports car that can go 200 miles an hour, but you only use it to drive 25 miles an hour to the grocery store.
That is a perfect analogy.
Like the capability is there, but the observed exposure is literally just a grocery run.
What's fascinating here is that this distinction is so vital. I mean, a tool might technically be able to transform a workflow, but that doesn't mean workers trust it.
Right, or understand it.
Or know how to use it safely. That gap between capability and real-world adoption is where all the friction and opportunity lies.
So having established how we measure this, what are these measurements actually showing us about the current job market?
Well, the Anthropic findings show that AI is operating way below its full theoretical capacity in the labor market.
Okay.
There hasn't been a massive spike in unemployment for highly exposed workers since late 2022.
Wait, so if the mass layoffs aren't happening, shouldn't we be breathing a sigh of relief? I mean, is this just much ado about nothing?
I mean, it's tempting to think that, but no. When they cross-referenced this with U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics projections out to 2034, they found slower growth for these exposed occupations.
Ah, slower growth, not necessarily mass firing.
Right. And there is suggestive evidence that hiring for younger workers in these fields has slowed down.
Wow.
Because work reorganizes before displacement happens.
Oh, that makes sense. Hiring patterns shift before unemployment spikes.
Exactly. Some routine tasks get automated quietly, while other tasks suddenly become more valuable because they require, human judgment and accountability.
So it's a gradual change, not an overnight apocalypse.
Precisely.
But since this disruption is gradual and, workflow-based, rather than just immediate mass layoffs, who is managing that messy transition day to day?
Well, that leads us directly to the role of the technical communicator.
Right, the central argument of the article, that the market impacts of AI are actually communication impacts.
Exactly. Technical communicators are the ones asked to make new tech legible, to translate the complexity, and design user content.
Because if they don't, it's just organizational chaos.
Total chaos. Guiseppe points out a critical problem, which is that productivity gains from AI can easily mutate into confusion if workflows aren't updated.
Right. It's like handing a construction team a bunch of powerful nail guns without a safety manual, or even telling them who is in charge of the air compressor.
That is a great way to put it.
What looks like a massive speed upgrade is actually just a disaster waiting to happen. I mean, think about a time a new software was dropped into your lap at work without any guidance on how expectations or responsibilities were changing.
It's completely paralyzing for everyday workers.
So if technical communicators are uniquely positioned to fix this confusion, What exactly should they be doing?
Well, Giuseppe outlines 4 specific pillars for advocating for human-centered work. The first is clarifying the difference between augmentation and automation.
Okay, augmentation versus automation.
Right. Anthropic weights, automated, uses more heavily than augmentative ones. So an AI helping you brainstorm is augmentation, but replacing a writer entirely is automation.
Makes total sense. What's the second pillar?
Visible accountability.
Yeah.
Meticulously documenting who actually reviews and approves the AI outputs.
Oh, here's where it gets really interesting. If an AI generates a flawed piece of code or like a bad HR policy, who gets fired? The AI.
Exactly. You can't fire a server rack.
Right. You fire the manager, the vendor. Making that chain of responsibility visible seems like the most critical job in the company right now.
It absolutely is. And that leads directly to the third pillar, which is participatory design.
Meaning including everyday workers in the design process.
Yes, not just top-down mandates from managers or the C-suite.
Yeah.
You have to ask the people actually doing the labor.
Right, because Brenda in accounting knows the bottlenecks way better than the executive who bought the software. And the fourth pillar.
Moving beyond efficiency. We have to measure success by clarity, trust, inclusion, and sustainability, not just raw speed.
Because these 4 pillars deal with such massive ethical and operational questions, it naturally elevates the people answering them into positions of leadership, right?
If we connect this to the bigger picture, discussions about AI implementation are too often treated purely as engineering problems or, executive strategy.
When really they are rhetorical, ethical, and organizational questions.
Exactly. Technical communicators are perfectly equipped to ask not just what tech can do, but what it should do and for whom.
They aren't just there to react and write the manual after the fact. They have the opportunity to actively shape how work is valued and divided.
It's an incredible leadership opportunity.
So what does this all mean? We started by talking about the hype, but really, AI isn't just a tech upgrade. It's a profound reorganization of human work, and clear communication is the only way to survive it without losing our humanity.
Yeah. I'd challenge you to look at your own daily job. If you broke it down into individual tasks, which ones are being quietly augmented right now and which are slowly being automated?
That's a great point.
And more importantly, who in your organization is actually documenting that shift before the expectations change entirely?
Well, thank you for listening to the Technical Writing Success Podcast from Curt Robbins, where we help you get smarter than your competition. Buy us a coffee and hire us to coach you and your employees in AI to future-proof your career or company.